Once the ultimate summer playground for America's elite, Newport, Rhode Island stood at the heart of the Gilded Age, a place where unimaginable wealth shaped the coastline into a gallery of architectural excess. Today, more than 100 of these once glorious mansions sit silent, empty, and forgotten. These towering estates are more than decaying buildings. They are vaults of untold stories, stories of ambition, extravagance, tragedy, and reinvention. Step inside, and the sound of creaking floors echoes beneath your feet. Sunlight cuts through dusty air. Cobwebs cling to forgotten corners. It feels as though the past is watching, waiting. In today's documentary, Old Money Mansions takes you inside the top 5 abandoned mansions of Newport, each one a haunting reminder of America's gilded dreams and fallen fortunes. Our journey begins with one of Newport's most recognizable and mysterious estates, Seaview Terrace, also known as the Carey Mansion. Completed in 1925, this extraordinary residence is a striking tribute to 16th-century French architecture. If the exterior looks familiar, that's because it is. Fans of the cult television series Dark Shadows will instantly recognize Seaview Terrace as the infamous Collingwood Mansion. The man behind this grand vision was Edson Bradley, a millionaire whose fortune was fueled by whiskey money during Prohibition. Bradley did something almost unimaginable. He dismantled an entire mansion in Washington, D.C., shipped its imported French interiors to Newport, and rebuilt it piece by piece. Under the guidance of architect Howard Greenlee, a breathtaking 54-room palace emerged. But fortune turned cruel. After the Bradleys' deaths in the 1930s, the estate was lost to unpaid taxes. During World War II, soldiers occupied the mansion. Later, it was sold for just $8,000, an astonishing fall from its original $2 million value. The mansion later served as a girls' boarding school, a university extension, and even appeared in The Great Gatsby. Rumors of paranormal activity now surround the estate, which features a rare whispering gallery, stunning stained glass, and the largest ornamental hedge in Newport. Seaview Terrace is not just abandoned, it's legendary. Perched within the wind-swept beauty of Brenton Point State Park stands the haunting remains of the Bells, a mansion wrapped in mystery and loss. Originally built in 1876 and once known as the Reefs, this estate belonged to Theodore M. Davis, a lawyer, copper magnate, and renowned adventurer. Inside, the mansion was filled with rare artifacts collected during his global travels, including priceless Egyptian relics. It was less a home and more a private museum. After Davis's death in 1915, the estate passed to the Budlong family. A bitter divorce in 1928 marked the beginning of its decline. During World War II, the federal government seized the property, installing military defenses across its lush grounds. Then, tragedy struck. In 1960, a devastating fire ripped through the mansion, leaving it partially destroyed. What remains today is a shell of its former grandeur, now reclaimed by graffiti artists whose vibrant murals contrast sharply with the ruin. The Bells stands as a monument to lost luxury and unexpected rebirth through modern art. Next, we arrive at the imposing and unforgettable Belcourt Castle, a mansion that feels more like a medieval fortress than a summer retreat. Designed by legendary architect Richard Morris Hunt, Belcourt was built between 1891 and 1894 for Oliver Hazard Perry Belmont at a cost equivalent to $80 million today.
Inspired by a hunting lodge at Versailles, Belmont infused the estate with French Renaissance, Gothic, and European influences. Horses were his passion. The first floor functioned as an extravagant stable, while living quarters occupied the levels above. Ironically, Belmont never enjoyed his mansion immediately. A brutal mugging left him hospitalized during the summer of its completion. Over the decades, Belcourt has transformed repeatedly: private residence, music venue, museum, surviving war, zoning battles, and neighborhood opposition. Later owners elevated ceilings, restored salons, and opened the estate for public tours. Belcourt Castle is not abandoned in spirit. It is resilient, monumental, and timeless. Hidden along the rocky coastline of Price's Neck Cove lies Wild Acre, an estate that perfectly balances architectural brilliance with natural harmony. Built in 1901 on 3.5 acres, the property was designed by the Olmsted brothers, sons of Central Park's creator. The original owner, Albert Olmsted, ensured the estate blended seamlessly with the surrounding landscape. Decades later, preservationist Dorrance Hamilton undertook the monumental task of restoring the property while honoring its historic soul. The restoration required 228 tons of stone, 18 months of labor, and a crew of 22 craftsmen. Local stone was used to revive the original structure, while modern amenities were subtly introduced. Despite regulatory hurdles and environmental concerns, Wild Acre emerged renewed, a stunning example of collaboration between history, architecture, and nature. Our final stop is Beechwood Mansion, an estate steeped in artistic ambition and power. Originally built in the 1850s, it was later transformed by William Backhouse Astor, Jr., who commissioned Richard Morris Hunt to elevate it into a Gilded Age masterpiece. Beechwood became a center of elite society, boasting ballrooms, libraries, music rooms, and Parisian decor. After the Astors, the mansion passed through multiple hands until filmmaker Paul Madden revived it in the 1980s as a living historical theater. In 2010, tech billionaire Larry Ellison acquired Beechwood for $10.5 million, launching an extensive restoration to return it to its 1881 splendor, with plans for an art museum. Beechwood remains alive, evolving, and symbolic of America's enduring fascination with wealth and legacy. These mansions are not abandoned structures. They are mirrors of America's past, reflecting ambition, excess, loss, and renewal. Have you visited Newport and explored any of these legendary estates? Let us know in the comments. As always, thank you for watching.